doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal H Technology Screens. Let's see, I got to put the date on the challenge that I forgot to do yesterday, getting some things done, but we'll get that put on there pretty soon. Today we're going to be painting in a customer's, or actually pre-coating a customer's 120-inch screen. We got 2 screens right now that are we're going to do it all in bulk. So for those of you waiting for tracking numbers, don't worry. The tracking numbers are going to be on their way. Right now we're just going to do everything in bulk because it's a lot cheaper on Mr. Bird. Alright, so we got 2 screens going over to the UK, and this is 120-inch right now. We're going to be coating in a few minutes. The selection they have right there, I think it's black silver. A lot of them are choosing the black silver. It's pretty nice, like I said. Alright, so we're setting up right now. There's a stand right there, which I had to throw some bricks because we got a little bit of wind today, so it's pretty nice out here today. It ain't too bad. It's pretty nice. So let me get you guys set up. Alright, there you go. Got to go tie the screen in and spray it in, and we're done. All right, customer's fabric right here. Now, those of you have been asking us, we get this question all the time. Shipping overseas. Shipping overseas is free. Right on our website, it's under all the shopping carts. We don't charge, don't worry about, there's no surcharge fees, none of that. Everything is free. Now, if you require signature confirmed, we do have that for free also too. You know, some people, like I said, can't get home on time or whatever it may be. Maybe you got an iffy person, I don't know what it may be. But if you don't feel comfortable with the package being left there, please put in, when you put your order through, you have a little box here. If you have any special requests, put them in there and we can set it up for you. All right, let me see what he's got going on here. This is a good size too. Okay. All right, then we got the corner piece. What should we put this here, right? We'll make sure we got the length of the screen. Yeah, we got it. All right. No, I was right. I thought it was right the other way I had it. This is the length of this screen. How do I get this mixed up? All right, okay. There we go. Not long enough. I think this Halloween I'm gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna wear my ghillie suit. I'm gonna let the bushes grow real heavy before Halloween gets here, and I'm gonna wear my ghillie suit. And this whole area is going to look crazy when we get done with it. I'm gonna test some 3D mapping. It's gonna be all done for recording for different applications and stuff like that before Halloween. But we're gonna haunt this place out. But I got this special ghillie suit I'm picking up. They won't even see me in there, but I'll be in there. I'll be watching the entire time when they walk up to the door. I'll just be behind them the whole entire time, blending into the bushes. Have some fun, have some flashing lights, maybe some mechanical. We'll figure it out. We'll have some crazy stuff. A lot of it'll be mapping, so we can show how what we can do with this stuff. All right, this is pretty cool. I like this. Nice. I like it. Hey. No, we can't have that. Definitely can't have that. What are you doing? I don't know. What are you doing? The reflexes, people. What do we fall from? For reflexes coming. Good reflexes. Woo! Get this thing to hang up here. Alright, where did we pull from? It's got to do better than this. I want to use the clamps, but the clamps are a little bit not going to work on this. We got a new surface here. It's much more light. Let's try it again. Maybe this should work. How does that come out of a zip tie? I mean, seriously. Last time I had it that tight. This time we got it tighter. I need to tighten this up a little bit more. This has too much weight with it, and this is really light. This new surface we got is really freaking light. It's strong, but it's light. I freaking love it. This is different from the other stuff we use. All right, let's get this up here. Let me make sure this is nice and tight so we don't have any issues. Going out while we're painting it. Make this nice and secure. Let me get some more twist ties. Hopefully this doesn't put somewhere. If not, we got 3 more in the house. You always have backup. This surface is a little different to hang. The other ones had grommets, which means you can snap them, bump, 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 we're done. I like this better than the surface with the grommets because it's much more lightweight. That's what I like about it. So I'm going to have to build me a unit, some kind of framing unit that I can Velcro or strap it onto, or we can spray it and be done, because this would take way too much of my time to hang these up. So I'm going to have to build me a unit. A unit I can shift from 150, what 150 is on so big, 150, 120, and 100 inch. So I'm going to have to build me a stand, some kind of unit we can use. Should make my job a lot easier. Man, I tell you, this stuff is so lightweight, it's perfect. This would make a perfect sail. Good gracious, I don't know what else we could do with this stuff. Huh. Got some interesting thoughts with this stuff. Going to be a rough one today. Definitely a rough one. All right. What is the rest of the comment today? All right, we'll get this very straight. What are you doing? We got work to do today. The only thing is such a lot of wind resistance on this one. Oh, this is going to be a challenge today. It's definitely going to be a challenge today. But the good thing about it, it'll dry in no time at all. Any problems with this one? All right, that's better. Okay, we should be good. So every time we have a little mishap, we learn something new about how we need to handle the material. Some people are like, oh, it's going to be a mistake. No, no, no. You learn from mistakes. You learn from basically, this is a process. So every time we get a new fabric, how it pulls off, how it basically pulls away from the screen, how it may detach itself, allows us to be able to understand what we're working here and what we need to build to make sure it stays where it needs to stay. So it's a good thing that I see the screen pulling apart or pulling away from here and here, because when I design the structure for it to keep it in place, we know exactly what we need to do and what's going to happen if we don't. That's why trial and error is very important. You'd be surprised how much stuff you have in your house has been through trial and error. And it's a good thing they found out they had trial and error, because better they find out than you find out the hard way. Nobody wants to wake up with a house full of smoke at the end of the day, do you? That's why fire alarms have to be tested over and over and over again. So if a fire alarm fails in a test, it's not a failure. It's actually saving someone's life, because that's something they can fix later on, so you don't have to go through it. This is why tests are very important, and you do not cut corners on them. And you don't embellish your product to be something that it's not. That's why we had the challenge put out yesterday. So we'll see how long that takes. Until then, once we get finished this, we have a 180-inch screen, which I got to recoat downstairs for a floor display. We'll be doing that today also too with the 39. Man, it's better than yesterday. Woo! Yesterday was heat. We may have to blast some doors. You got way too much room with it. All right. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna blast it inside. We ain't got a choice. We got to go inside and do this. There's no way in the world. It's too much wind. The screen's too light, and it's turned into a potential sail. The other ones, air can travel through these. These air don't travel through. So we got to do this one in the house. Thank God when we do this, it's a light blast. It doesn't require a lot of coating. We just put the fan in the opposite direction out. push everything out. I used to coat inside the house, but since I got the big cat, we don't do it. But it's not a problem, as I said before, because cat got his own room, he's upstairs, and we got all this air ventilating through the house, so not a problem. So we're gonna come and do it in here inside, because there is no way in the world we can get it done out there. There's way too much air pushing back and forth. And this is the reason why I told you that we're working on those screens that air can transfer through. Because imagine if you have a screen, my screen's 250 outside, and air can't travel through it. That thing turns into a potential wall. So that's why we're experimenting on this new product over here. Let me bring my screen down over here. It's 150 easy. So. Right there. Now, this. Stuff you gotta do in the morning, people. There we go. All right, just got to clamp everything in. That's all. We're going to put another clamp. That's what we're looking for. Another clamp, and we're done. There we go. Put you guys on this side. It happens, people. I have people saying, oh my God, it happens. It's called life. Stuff happens like this all the time. You get them other people out there go, oh my goodness, look what happened. You're going to total failure. Yeah, sure, yeah. This happens all the time. Anything you do, you're going to have this. But I mean, I would love to meet the perfect people. Never met one of those before. All right, we need another clamp. I don't know why. I can never find clamps. I got 20 and 30 clamps. Well, here we go. I've got clamps all over the house. You can never find clamps. All right, there we go. Good, perfect. All right, let's come in here, knock this out, put my fan in the opposite direction so we don't have any issues. And the good thing about it is, because it's a nice windy day outside, it's going to be easy to clear it out. There's no problem. It's going off my board. back end. I'm gonna put you guys on this side. There we go, so you can get a good shot. And the good thing about it is you can spray it and display it with no time at all. Oh, I like that. Spray it and display it. So this will be our first one. Where's the pan? Set it and forget it. Right. And there, got another air through. Now, like I said before, we're doing this one time for the house. But I got to get this done for a customer. It's a must. It has to be done. We need to get it out to them as soon as possible. But remember when I told you about that you shouldn't really spray in the house. Now, I sprayed in the house, yeah, okay, but I had to get it done. It's for a customer. It needs to be done. We're getting everything's being ventilated. Everything's pushing out. Not a problem. But I want to show you something. This is why I advise people do not spray screens inside houses. I'm going to show you something. Now, we got the projector on. Watch this. See that? So there's particles moving back and forth. That's what's in your house right now. Now, what I got to come here now next is I got to come here with a rag. I got to wipe everything down in the environment, everything. I'm not worried about the fabric and stuff. We don't care about that. But all my equipment, everything here, lenses, all this stuff has to be all wiped down. Because that same residue you're seeing traveling through that light right now is everywhere in the environment. It's not going to affect anything. It's not going to damage anything. It's just that the bottom line is you got to wipe all that down. I don't have any kids, and my pets are upstairs. This is not going to affect them at all. My one pet. But if you're spraying inside the house, you have to understand that residue has to come down somewhere. And if you have kids, you know what kids do, you know what pets do. They're constantly taking their hands and doing this and licking their fingers and stuff. So that's why I advise people, don't spray inside the house. Hey, what's up, Sasquatch? Now see how we don't have any problem up here? We got the windows shut. You don't see no residue, nothing at all. But I'm going to open this up. We don't need it, but I'm going to open it up. But like I said, that's why, imagine if that's in your living room and you're spraying a screen. When I tell you that residue, you don't see it, but it's there. And wherever that stuff lands on, your kids come along and take their hands and rub it, put their fingers in their mouth. Kids are constantly always put their hands in their mouth. They taste that, whatever's in it. Could be harmful to them. That's why you don't spray screens in your house. You spray them outside. Some people don't realize how much of that residue. You turn a projector on, you'll see it. Now see how it's starting to disappear? There you go, because it's flowing out. So that's literally how much of that stuff you have literally in your environment when you're spraying. That's why when you spray, you got to treat it like a crime scene. Cover everything in plastic, everything. When you get done, wipe it all down, wash it down. That's why I strongly advise, do not spray in your house. I did, like I said, I don't have any kids. And at the time in the other places I lived at, I didn't have any pets. So come in there, two adults, already know the deal. Come in here, wash everything down, and that's it, I'm done. But if I had kids, I would do it outside. I'm definitely not doing it inside the house. Now see how fast it disappears? You don't see it in the projector anymore, do you? And that's going to show it. That's a 4,000 lumen projector. When we first started spraying in here, you can see it crystal clear. Yeah. So pretty much the only thing I got to wipe down in here is just the equipment. That's basically about it. My lenses. That's all. And pretty much it. That's it. The workshop. I ain't really got anybody down here walking around anyway. Like I said, I like to get my stuff out on time for my customers. And if I got to bring it inside, I sprayed screens in the middle of windstorms. I sprayed screens out in freezing cold weather, just to make sure my customers get their products. This one needed to be done because I want to get this one out of the way so I can start getting set up for the next project. Yesterday we had heat. And it was basically, the weather was not a lot of wind. Today we got cool weather. machines out. Where are the remote controls for this? I'm definitely going to get a lamp for this one. This one basically definitely needs a lamp. Desperately. When I got that, that was on it, not almost his last leg, but it was almost there. But I figured, you know, I don't really run my projectors that much. I don't use it that much. All right. That's good. Now, some people ask me and say, well, what about your formulas? Everything I use is biodegradable and water-based. It has to be water-based. It's going to be working around those strong chemicals. You crazy? You know what that stuff will do to me at the end of the day? It'll put me in a flashing red truck. I don't feel like being in a flashing red truck. I want to be home working. That's what I'd rather be at. So I know if I'm working with something and it doesn't smell right or something doesn't trigger right, my body will tell me it don't work with it. We don't work with it. Prehistoric planet. All right, so this is customer's 120-inch screen. Of course, it's a little bigger because the surface we have does measure up to 120 inch, but he got a lot more length to it than, you know, they're a little bigger than 120 inches. I haven't measured them up yet. Let's go bring up a video for this too. So we're done. And like I said, when we do our demonstrations, as I said, you notice when we test out the customer's products, even when we're doing the demonstration, they're all done in a maxed out environment. Why would I do this in an ambient-like controlled environment? What if this environment's like this? Then what? And you go to turn on the projector and his screen washes out because, you know, I'm doing it in an ambient-like controlled environment. That's why I'm against all that ambient-like controlled environment nonsense. That's a bunch of smoke and mirrors at the end of the day. If people want to talk about smoke and mirrors, that is clearly smoke and mirrors. Calibrating, freaking projectors with extra perks in them, all that stuff, like more contrast, ability to produce insane colors, all freaking at the end of the day, you're just basically lying to your customers. Because you're only catering, keep in mind, if you're catering to a certain clientele of customers, like who have those particular projectors that use that particular environment, all right, understandable. But if you're trying to make it sound like it works on every level, nah, that's not going to happen. That's why I don't use high-end projectors, because again, my customers have to be to relate to the machinery, the screen, and the environment, and they have to make sure it's going to work. You can relate to a $270 projector sitting in the back. We got them cheaper than that, and they work on the screens. So that's why I don't like it when people do these demonstrations on these high-end projectors and say, "Ooh, look, you can get the same quality from this." Oh, no, you're not. And even at that, the quality is bad. Better to introduce into as much light as possible so you can see what the reaction is going to be. Liberty Bibbly. What we got this hooked up to? I think we got this hooked up to the sound system over here. So yeah, God worked everything out because again, if this was a windy, hot day, that wouldn't have went so well. Because then I have to be inside, be hot inside on top of that, but it's nice and cool outside right now. Really nice and cool, like air conditioner weather. And windy, which is good. We're not bad good when we're outside spraying, but inside, coming in here, place is already aired out already. We're done. We can show off the screen. Screen's finished. And that's it. So while you guys are checking that out, I'm gonna go and clean myself up. adapters that's the biggest size we're going to be to get out of that. But I got to test and see if it's working. Which it should be. Make sure my customers know it's working. Alright, this is fabric. Alright, so the 100-inch screens, we do have those sold out on the website. We're going to have them in stock today, so I just ordered some more. So we'll be good to go from there. Where is my, on top of this? Oh, hands get together. It's a mess in here. From the demonstrations we do with a lot of 720p projectors, majority of our customers that come to us buy 720p's. Again, they don't want to spend a lot of money. We could do a demonstration, which we're going to do later in the day, 720p and 1080p. Of course, you know which one's which, but like I said, you can't tell. Posted this on Instagram and showed them like side by side. One's 5,000, one's 4,000. They both look the same brightness, don't they? Some people will go out and get a 4K, I'm not saying don't get a 4K, don't buy one. It's just that you don't have to. You're not forced to saying you have to get this projector because you need it for contrast. La-di-da. Contrast, yeah, right. We don't worry about that kind of nonsense because our screens are black. Amazing camouflage. You wouldn't even know that thing was sitting there the entire time.
Visit St. Francis University in Loretto, PA, tour the campus, meet with professors, and talk to students.
They're coming. Stay hidden.
Oh man, we had that discussion on Facebook about the Star Wars. How many more? I stopped at Return of the Jedi. I was done. That's it. Point out something real quick. When I watch, and not to be rude, but when I watch people, show off their customer screens, do you realize that the environment that you display, I'm not anybody, you realize that when they display screens, that your environment is darker than our environment we're using here to show off a screen before ship out. So when this lands at the customer's home, they can take this outside, as you saw with Hector. You can take screens outside, does them inside, fully lit environment, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, so when I watch demonstrations and I see that dark environment and your environments are dark, the demonstrations we do down here are using more light than what is displayed in most people's demonstrations for their customers. And my customers' demonstrations are actually using more light than people that are selling products in their own demonstrations. I'm just saying, truth is truth. Seeing it right there live. Y'all need to worry about that challenge. Has to be completed today. We got another one for you when you're done. Now, one of the challenges I got next is I want to see some of these ultra short throw projectors display at 148 to 150 inches and display contrast levels on those gray screens. That's what I want to see next. It strips away the comfort zone. No longer do you have the tiny little screen that you can project on. You got to project at 140, 150. That is really going to stress the daylights out of your projector. And not only that, you're going to have to produce that with all that light making contact with the screen. The bigger the screen, the more light it takes in. Like I said, gray screens have an issue pulling up on 100 inches. What makes you think you're going to project at 140 inches on an ultra short throw in a 40 lit environment? Now, what I like about this technology right here, this is the black silver technology. Again, produces contrast, but it has that special coating that allows the screen to pull up a higher white level. So I figure, let's see, we're going to have 30 challenges, about 30 of them. Now, mind you, this is stuff we do every day. This right here could be a challenge, literally. In all this light, we can make this a meter max out challenge. Just screen paints, it's certified screens too. You're welcome to do the challenge, and we got no problem with that. Everybody's welcome. But if we're going to give this screen over here a 39, the title as unstoppable, unmatched, unmatchable, that screen's going to have to beat everything out there in order to do it. You can't call yourself the best of the best if you're afraid to go against the best of the best. What else they got on here to play with? They got some pretty cool stuff on here. We got to do next, we got to paint in 180 inch. I wonder how much I got enough for 180 inch. I gotta do the soccer demonstration. What are you gonna do that? 4K, relax.
Getting that from YouTube.
Usually when we show up these screens, we know they can pull contrast levels. That's the easy part. We like to show off the white levels, the bright colors. That's why yesterday we had upstairs on the 39 Black Widow, we're doing those tests. We saw those white dots going across that screen, that little square moving back and forth. That's how we test out black screens. When we put the heightener in there, when we darken the screen, we have to make sure that the screen is producing a high enough white level where we can see that little black box moving around that screen, and that screen must maintain that black level at the exact same time. When the colors are moving back and forth, it allows the screen to maintain, it's pulling a high enough white level and a dark enough contrast where the colors can stay deep reds, deep blues, deep yellows, deep greens without washing out. That's what that display was. But some people, that's going to go completely over top their head and go, what the heck was that? No, that's what that's designed for. So if your screen is pulling a 100% contrast level and your colors are coming up correctly, you stick it in the middle of that screen right there. You can paint the back of it black, I don't care what you do. Stick it in the middle of that screen right there, and I guarantee you that you won't pull a contrast level. Black paint can't basically match your screen, but I guarantee that black paint can beat your product, everyday black paint. The only difference is the black paint is going to pull better color, and it is going to pull a better contrast, so it's black. The issue you're going to have with the black paint is it can't accept white light, and that's going to plague some problems on the screen. Now next to our screen with black paint, well, we've done these demonstrations so many times, it's not even funny. It doesn't match up. Then again, on a gray screen, there's an issue right there. Here's an issue, which we need to run some tests and do that. I'm curious, how come when we do all these black versus black tests against our products versus black paint, I never see anyone doing gray versus gray? Where are those demonstrated? You know, we need to push on that. We need to push on that. Because, you know, black screens are always being challenged. Oh, what about your product against? Well, what about your product against gray screen paints? I got a dozen gray screen paints I can name at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, I've never seen you go against Goose Screen or Nox. N-O-X. Nox. Yes, they make a gray screen paint product. Matter of fact, there's another company called Paint On Screens. There's a bunch of them out there. But what about the store-bought paints? What about Bullseye? Some of those products out there. Nah, they're not going to do any of that. Sherwin-Williams is already a nightmare for them. They're not going near that stuff. Nice, beautiful butterflies. Let's go over here and get some other flowers. Let's get some, ooh, what's this right here? 4K dragonflies. That is the one bug that will whiz by your ear that will freak you out. Unless you're not afraid of dragonflies, or you know, do they bite? I think they do bite. I think dragonflies do, just about everything else on the planet bites. I used to see this in the cornfield. Yes, I did say cornfield. Mr. Bird didn't grow up in the city. Cornfield! So that's why it's important, like I said, when we do these demonstrations, especially customer products, they have to be done down here. Doing them in a dark environment does not work out. Customer needs to know the screen's going to pull up in a fully lit environment. "4K snow demonstrations."
Getting that from YouTube.
Today'd be a good day to test the windscreen. Did I test 4K demonstration? What the heck did they give me? Brookhaven Ministry. 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
There we go. All right, doing this. We're testing out a screen, having some fun. We're not testing it out. Well, I guess we've done it a dozen times. Just showing it up to the customer. I gotta do a short one later on and send it over to them. LG snowboarding demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
You guys watch that? Excellent. Where do you want to go from here? Let me see. Oh, doggies.
Work bye, vacation high. Book a Priceline, because when you save more, you can no way more.
No way.
No way.
No way. No way.
No way. Priceline, every trip is a big deal.
When others depend on us, what we do and how we do it matters. And why we do it matters even more. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Now, just a little heads up for those of you who feel the need to do some fake demonstrations against our products. We're going to request your receipts. If you did purchase from a website, all you got to do is send us over. We just need the date of place when you place the order. because we can track it down through either email, or we can track you down either through the PayPal account. That's why I said people will go and cross dates out, and they will go in and cross out emails, because they know we can go into our email account and we can track down your information from there if you did place an order through us. So don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. You don't want to get caught and get embarrassed on YouTube. I would advise you not doing that. But if we do see one of your demonstrations doing this, this is what we're going to request from you. I will come into your channel and I will request, just like I did with the other fellow. We came right to his channel. We requested it right from him. You seen the outcome of that? Didn't go well, did it? All right, just giving you a heads up. I think I might name that channel Trolls on Blast. Let's get something else. Let me see. We're gonna go with that. Oh, let's go with this butterfly thing. Good size screen, ain't it? 120 inches. I was supposed to the average customer in the home, 100 inch to 120. Some people ask me, like, what's a good size screen to get? You know, if you want to go good size, a big screen, 120 is all you really need. You don't need anything over that. I got screens in here at 140, 150 inches. I mean, these things are giant, and I don't really watch off those. The main screen that I watch off in the house is the 127. That's what I'm on the most. And 129 if I'm gaming. Other than that, yeah. Now, the dedicated theater room upstairs, how much time I'm going to spend in there? Not a lot of time, to tell you the truth, honestly. I'm just going to do demonstrations in there. I may watch a few movies, maybe with some friends. That's basically about it. But other than that, I'm not really going to use it. You know, it's just there. I'm designing it. And on top of that, it gives me learning experience on how to design a dedicated theater room. And I'm learning some stuff as I'm putting it together. Going to different forum sites, getting information on, you know, doing this and doing that, and getting ideas from other people. So that's fun for research. And then on top of that, you know, I can actually relate to people who have dedicated theater rooms. Like, look, I got one myself. This is how the screen so-and-so, you know, works out better that way. But the main screen I use now, out of all the screens I have throughout the entire house, it's 127 inch. That's my main screen. It's not too big. It's not too small. That's what I like about it. Even when I'm on upstairs, I got 148 on ultra short throw. I really don't watch a lot of stuff off that. I'm usually would be on the 84, which the 84 now is going to be converted to a 100 inch because I can fit a 100 inch, and I did the measurements. I can get about a 100 inch in there. But yeah, usually I like the other screens. I have big screens. I did Dragon Balls the other 180 inch, just 180 inch behind this screen. Boy, that thing gave me headaches like no tomorrow. It's too much moving on the screen. All right, let's grab something else. We're gonna go over time. I'm having some fun here. I love doing the customer screens. When we get done, I love playing around with the customer screens. Usually when I see people do demonstrations, they'll rush past as fast as possible. They'll show a bunch of colors, try to blow through it as fast as possible. I like to take my time. I like to show off, you know, have some fun with the screen. Where do we want to go to? Oh, let's check out some, no, we do contrast on here. We get it pretty good. Let's have some fun with the whatchamacallit. Yeah, man, we do it too much on that. Let's just do some colors over here. The problem is that they got to pick and choose what demonstrations they can use and what they can't use. So they're limited. So they'll do one demonstration and that is it. Me, I'll sit here and we'll go through this. We'll check out this. We'll check that out. Let's go check this out over there. Because we don't have a fear of our screen washing out in a fully lit environment. You're dealing with other screen paints or projection screens. They got to be careful what they display because their screen could wash out. For us, we don't have that issue. I got the lights out too. Chris wants to see what the lights up too. I got my, ordered something would be here today. I got me a tactical vest coming through today. No, it's not what you think. I used to do paintballing back in the day. I'm going back into it. My lungs feel much better. I was outside yesterday in a full ghillie suit. I was breathing comfortably, wasn't having any issues, nothing at all. I'm just testing myself bit by bit. But yeah, I used to paintballing. So I'm ordering my stuff back again because basically when I had this little incident that popped up in my lungs and all, I had to give a lot of that stuff up. So now I'm bit by bit, I'm buying my stuff back. And yeah, you're gonna see some stuff over here, man. But it's not what you think it is. Like, oh my God, you stockpiling? No. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna go back into paintballing, like really desperately, so badly. I'm gonna go back. And I like doing the night vision. I like. In the morning's nice, but I do like the night better, much better. So much fun. You have no idea. So I'm taking a bunch of my friends with me. We're gonna go up and have some fun. Because you got to realize something. People don't understand it. Okay, so yeah. When COVID hit, having the lung disease and all that other crazy stuff, you don't want to go here, you don't want to go there, so on and so on and so. But you got to realize, I'm realizing myself, this is going to be with me for the rest of my life. I will die with this. So why not go out? I'm going to be protective and all that stuff. I'm not going to doing dumb stuff and everything today. But I can't basically. One thing he did say, I would say, you got to go out and live a little. But you have to understand, at the end of the day, you don't have lung disease. So it's a different story when you're half a man walking out the door that the slightest little thing can take you down. But when I think about it, it's going to be with me for the rest of my life. So I just started going out and having a little fun. Had a few friends came over, went out to a diner, had something to eat. That freaked me out a lot, but hey, got to get around it somehow. And then I'm thinking about when I get home, I'm watching some demonstration on paintball equipment and all that stuff. I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to go buy some stuff. Oh, shoot, I'm going to check real quick. You guys watch this. I'm going to see if my vet's got here. So, as I said before, I'm going to go out with my friends and have some fun. A few of them were talking about it. Like, let's go do some paintballing. Let's go have some fun. Yeah, I'm going to do some paintballing.
And why we do it.
This is going to be so much fun.
Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Yeah, gonna have some fun. I might even go camping too. I feel fantastic. I mean, before, like I said, I had these little attacks back and forth, but I feel absolutely fantastic. I haven't been camping in a while. And that'd be a good chance for me to go out and test out some of the stuff I want to work on with, like portable projection screen setups for Pico projectors and battery packs for outdoor camping. That'd be fantastic. Man, this screen came out nice. Lying with a bare hair day. All right, people, I'm way past my time here. I'm having fun with the screen. Ooh, wait. Lying with a bad hair day. Look at his mane. I'm having fun with this mane. Now, you already know my signature. When I start talking about random stuff, we're done. I mean, the screen's pretty much showed everything it needs to do. It's good. Customer's gonna be happy. Ooh, what's this right here? This was 30. This is just a couple minutes ago. So to the customer, thank you so much. Really appreciate the order. And yeah, we're gonna do a bulk shipment because I have to ship out. We have to do a batch demonstration today too. We're gonna have a busy day today. We got a batch demonstration to do today. We got to paint the 180-inch screen. Just finished the 120 for the customer. That's a pretty cool bird feeder. That reminds me, I gotta feed my birds.
been pivotal in allowing people to access content or class.
Okay, so who has this video? Oh, they got that video. Okay. It's a big cat over here. Lights out demonstration real quick. Just running in there real quick for the customer. Mind you, $270 projector. That's it. That's all we paid for. So that shows my customer at the end of the day his 720p or whatever projector he's using. As long as it's not a knockoff, we don't support knockoffs. Please don't use them. Shows you at the end of the day, screen does all the work. You're not spending money for all those expensive projectors, not needed. Just put that on our can from now on our container, on our labels. Expensive projectors not required. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm putting that on my labels. Alright people, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I got to do a couple of screenshots on here, load this up on a couple of sites, showing what the customers are getting on our end, and then we're done. As for the customer who placed the order, thank you so much. I hope you appreciate the video demonstration. I'll be sending you another shorter version of this one. Alright, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.